You are standing on the event horizon of a stellar mass black hole. The abyss is beneath your boots. Light cannot escape this region. Gravity is already acting strange. Your toes are slightly heavier than your head. The descent begins now. This is a bad idea. Tidal forces take over. The difference in gravity between your feet and your skull is immense. Feet accelerate faster. Your spine begins to stretch like warm taffy. Joints pop, muscles elongate. The body is no longer a human shape. It is a long, thin noodle of biological matter. This process is known as spaghettification. It sounds delicious. In reality, it is a violent restructuring of your entire molecular framework. This is quite uncomfortable. Time is now a suggestion. General relativity dictates that gravity warps spacetime. To a distant observer, your descent slows down. You appear to freeze at the edge. Your image turns red as light waves stretch. You look like a very long, red, frozen noodle. To you, however, time feels normal. The rest of the universe accelerates. Centuries pass in the outside world during a few seconds of your fall. Stars burn out. Galaxies collide. The heat death of the universe is approaching. All of human history concludes while you are still trying to figure out why your legs are 10 miles long. The cosmic clock is sprinting toward the finish line. You are now essentially a one-dimensional string of atoms. Breathing is difficult because lungs require 3 dimensions to function. Your brain is stretched into a thin wire. Thinking becomes linear. Literally. This is the point where most people would start to feel a bit stressed. Quantum effects introduce a new problem. Some physicists propose a firewall at the event horizon. High-energy particles create a wall of incineration. Instead of a slow stretch, you hit a curtain of pure energy. The impact is instantaneous. Atomic bonds shatter. Electrons are stripped from nuclei. The body is converted into a spray of gamma radiation and hot plasma. You are no longer a noodle. You are a very bright, very short-lived flash of light. This radiation is blasted outward, contributing a tiny amount of heat to the surrounding void. The vacuum of space is indifferent to your sudden phase change. You have effectively become a human-shaped laser beam. The energy release is impressive, but the lack of a nervous system makes it hard to appreciate the spectacle. You are now just a collection of very fast particles. Assuming the firewall is a myth, the singularity awaits. All paths lead inward. Space and time swap roles. Moving toward the center is as inevitable as moving toward tomorrow. There is no turning back. No amount of rocket fuel can stop the collapse. The singularity is a point of infinite density. Physics breaks. Math stops making sense. The laws of nature are deleted. Your atoms are crushed into a volume smaller than a proton. You are now part of the black hole's mass. This increases the Schwarzschild radius by a negligible amount. The black hole is slightly heavier. It doesn't notice the addition. Information theory suggests your data is preserved on the surface. You are a 2-dimensional hologram smeared across the horizon. Your entire life story is now a series of complex patterns in the quantum foam. You are effectively a cosmic QR code. This is the most permanent storage solution available in the known universe. However, the retrieval process is notoriously difficult. No one is coming to scan you. The long game begins. Black holes aren't permanent. Hawking radiation slowly leaks mass back into space. Over trillions of years, the black hole evaporates. Your compressed atoms are slowly leaked back into the void as random photons. You are being exhaled by the universe. This process takes longer than the current age of the universe. The photons drift through a cold, dark, dead cosmos. Eventually, the last bit of the black hole vanishes in a final, violent pop. A massive explosion of gamma rays marks the end. The space where you once stood is now completely empty. The universe is a frozen wasteland of maximum entropy. No stars remain, no light exists, only the distant, fading echoes of a billion dead black holes. You have witnessed the absolute end of everything. The total silence is deafening. Your existence has been stretched, crushed, incinerated, and then slowly leaked over a time frame that makes a million years look like a blink. This is the ultimate form of procrastination. You missed your alarm clock by a few quadrillion years. The scale of the failure is truly astronomical. There is literally nothing left to do but wait for the void to finish its meal. In the end, the physics are clear. You are gone, the universe is gone, but the paperwork remains. Technically, you entered a restricted zone of spacetime without a permit. The Galactic Department of Transit would consider this a major zoning violation. Because you failed to file a flight plan before crossing the event horizon, you are now subject to a retroactive trespassing fine. The penalty is 5,000 credits. Unfortunately, since you are now a series of random photons, paying the bill is impractical. The fine remains unpaid. Interest accrues for several trillion years. The debt eventually exceeds the total energy mass of the observable universe. You are officially the most bankrupt entity in existence. This is probably for the best. Being a photon is a very low-cost lifestyle. That was a very long walk for a very short result. Subscribe to the What If Club to find more ways to be deleted by the laws of physics.